Hello, we're going to be looking through varied paths that the compensator will see through the portal. This is the first video, and we're going to have a quick overview of the work baskets and other items that you can see on the page. So we're currently on my team's work tab. This is a list of claims that has been assigned to my team. We can see the organisation's work, which is going to be across multiple teams. Any resolved claims are stored under the resolved claims tab. And we can see anything that I've seen recently as well under my recent work. You'll also notice that we have the filters option, where you can search under varied information to filter particular claims, and dependent on the credentials for the user, you're able to move claims and assign ownership to a particular handler or team. After you select them from the checkbox, the claims through the checkboxes on the left of the list. And the organisation administrator is able to add new offices through the Manage Organisation tab, new users through the Users tab. You're able to see any third-party administrators that you're paired with under the third-party administrators tab, and also you're able to organise the claims routing for particular claims under particular MID ID and via the policy level contact code via the MID routing table tab.
Good morning. We're now going to take you through where a compensator has received a claim from an unrepresented claimant and they need to make their liability decision. As you can see, we're in the compensator view and we have your list of work. The new indicator informs you that something new has happened on that claim. Under the status heading, you can see that there's a variation of different statuses at different variations of the claim process. We're going to be looking at pending liability. So as I've said, the unrepresented claimant has already submitted the claim to me, and I now need to make my liability decision. Master provider reference number, and general information for the handler dealing with the claim. And now I'm going to select my liability response. In the drop down, you can see we can admit liability in full, liability admitted in part, liability denied, or dispute accident caused injury. If we are to select liability admitted in part, we then need to select the capacity with which you'll be acting on this case, and you will see there is a liability percentage that is admitted by the compensator. Upon selecting continue, I'm asked the questions, Was the client wearing a seatbelt, and does the defendant agree? If I'm to select no, I'm asked, do I have the dependent's version of events? If I select no, I'm then asked to provide a witness summary. You can add a summary of your facts here. This will be shared with the medical expert. I'm then asked to check the contact details of the defendant. We then are presented with a review screen where you can review the information you've added by clicking on the arrow. If you want to change this, you can select the change button and you can go back and change your decision. Then provided with a statement of truth. Upon selecting accept and send, that claim has now gone back to the unrepresented claimant, where the compensator has made a decision of a 50-50 split liability.
Here we're going to be looking at the offer stage of the process. The claim we're going to be using is the one at the top of the list. This claim has already had a liability admitted in full. The claimants obtained their medical report, which is now been sent over for the compensator to review. The first question we're asked is whether we want to make an offer based on the medical report. If we say no, this takes us down the route of disputing causation. If we continue from this stage, we can dispute the claim in full, or we can make a final offer for the other protocol damages. We'll go through and treat this as if it's a claim we're not going to be disputing causation. So we will make an offer. We're then given a review screen. And then we're taken into the create offer flow. We can provide the CRU reference. And then we're given an itemized list of all the losses that can be claimed. This excess field has a financial figure against it, so we can make an offer against that head of claim. As you'll see, the grey box is updated when we add financials into the fields. We're able to give an offer for the tariff amount. And any non-tariff injuries. We can enter any deductions if there's any bit, if this was a partial liability case, we can factor that in here. And again, if there was any argument regarding seatbelt, that would be factored in here. And we've got interim and crew deductions within the next section. We're then asked if we want to round up the offer. So the example we have, the amount's £900, but if we're going to say yes, we want to round it up to £1,000, we can add £100 for the roundup, apply, and then that gets factored in into the offer. Then give it a summary screen. We've got the change options on the right if we wish to change anything. We continue. We're then asked to complete a statement of truth and confirm our job title. Then if we click save and send, our offer will be sent to the claimant for review. And that brings this section to a conclusion.
Now we're going to look at a point of removing a claim due to an exit reason. So we're going to say that I've got some further evidence on this claim, so I now want to remove the claim from the portal after previously making a liability decision. If you scroll down to My Other Actions, you will then see you have the option to remove this claim from the portal. Upon selecting that option, I'm then given some further instructions so I can remove the claim from the portal. I want to confirm that I want to do this. Upon selecting I confirm, I'm then presented with 5 reasons why I can remove this claim from the portal. If I don't want to do this, I can click cancel and it will take me back to my claim overview screen. Upon selecting the option, I'm then presented with some further information and instructions, and then I can give my reason at why I want to remove the claim from the portal. As you see, upon selecting a different radio button, your reason or issue changes the reason of the box. On selecting continue, I'm presented with a review screen. At this point, I can still cancel, or I can go back to change my decision. On selecting remove, as you can see, I've removed the claim from the portal and the claim is now closed, and the unrepresented claimant would have received a message to advise them that something has happened on their claim and they need to log into the portal to see what that action is. And that's the end of the exit demonstration. Now we're going to show you how an unrepresented claimant can obtain or request a second medical report. Now we're in as the unrepresented claimant. They would select obtain a further report and continue. So they're then given options. They can either obtain their own report or they can request for the compensator to obtain this for them. We're going to request a further report. We're then given a drop-down with 4 options. So we're going to say that it was recommended by a medical expert. We then ask if the medical report is to be shared with the compensator. If the user selects no, then that medical report will not be shared with you as the compensator. We're going to select yes, and we've just put in some reasons why a further report is recommended. Again, we're presented with a review screen. Selecting the arrows provides you with the question and the response, and they can go back and change anything if required. Upon selecting confirm, that has now been sent to the compensator. I'm now logged in as the compensator, and I've got a claim here, pending decide new medical. Upon selecting that claim, you can see that the claimant has requested a further medical report. If I select review request, I'm then shown the answers and along with the questions why the claimant is requesting a further medical. As you can see, do you want to object to the request for a further medical report? On selecting yes, I'm then asked to provide my reasons, which upon providing my reasons for not agreeing to a further medical, that will be sent back to the claimant and they will be asked how they want to proceed with their claim. Upon selecting no, I'm acknowledging the request, selecting finish. I've then, as you can see from the screen, we've agreed to instruct a medical expert to assess the claimant for a further report. A copy of the instructions will need to be uploaded to the portal, and you can do this via the My Documents section and the Upload Documents, where you can add this to the portal. That would also need to be sent to the medical expert. That is the end of the demonstration on second medical. We're now going to show you a demonstration as a compensator receiving a claim from the unrepresented claimant for non-protocol vehicle costs and the journey to court, from showing both personas from the unrepresented view and the compensator's view. As you can see here, the claim is pending an NVC response. We can see here that we have a new indicators showing as new losses have been added and new documents. And we're now going to proceed to the response. Here we're presented with the non-protocol vehicle cost questions that the claimant has answered. Along with the categories and the description of the items being claimed and their values. As a compensator, you will be asked if you dispute the non-protocol vehicle costs. Upon selecting yes, you're asked to confirm that you've uploaded the non-protocol vehicle cost response document. For today's demonstration, we're going to select no, that you're not going to dispute them. Then presented with a review screen to confirm that you're not disputing and that you haven't uploaded the non-protocol vehicle response document. If you wish to change this, you do have the back button that will take you back to the previous page. Upon selecting finish, this has now been passed back to the claimant, who has decided to go to court, and they will include this within their court pack. Now I'm logged in as the unrepresented claimant. Upon selecting view details, I'm then presented with a page preparing for court, which references the tables within the pre-action protocol for the reason for why I'm going to court and the documents relating to the tables that I'm required to present to court. Now here I'm able to select my documents that I wish to create my court pack. The review screen, where upon selecting the arrow, will then show the 7 documents I selected. If I want to change anything, I can click change, or I have the back button. Upon confirm and send, this is now sent the documents to the compensator to review. I can now see that the claimant has selected the documents for court, and for me to review these, I will click view more details. Here I'm shown the documents that the claimant has selected for court. And I'm given 2 options: do I agree to the documents selected or not? Now ask information regarding the defendant's address for service, and do I wish to nominate a legal representative to accept service? Upon selecting yes, we can add the firm or organisation, their reference number, their postcode. You can either type in their postcode and click find address, or you can enter their details in manually. If you were to select no and continue, you can check the details of the court pack, defendant's address for service, confirm. That's now been sent back to the claimant to continue with the court process. I'm now logged back in as the unrepresented claimant. The compensator has reviewed the documents that I've selected to court. The confirmation screen of the documents that have been selected. To confirm the defendant's details. If I select yes, again, with the postcode finder, it will pull up the address, or I can enter the address manually. If I select no, then it will pull through the insurer's details. Next screen the unrepresented claimant is presented with is regarding the hearing centre. Are they aware of any court proceedings that are already underway? If they were to select yes, they're asked for the existing claim number, and if they require any special assistance. Select witnesses. If there were any witnesses here, they can select their witnesses, or if they have any witnesses that they haven't previously advised, they can add them now. Court pack evidence. So this is now asking if there's any additional evidence that they wish to rely on. If they were to select no, they would then be asked further questions regarding any new evidence they want to rely upon. Non-protocol vehicle costs. Court fees payable. So the court fee payable is for a claim valued up to £1,000. We have in the grey box the details of the claim so far. As you can see, we have the non-protocol vehicle costs, other protocol damages, damages for injury, and the total amount claimed. Check your answers screen. Again, we can go back. The arrows expand the questions and the answers. And we have the change button that we can go back and change. Confirm and send. The court forms have now been created. What happens next? So instructions to the unrepresented claimant on what they must do next. The claim has now gone to court outside of the portal and await the final court decision for the agreed damages to be paid. This is the end of the demonstration of non-protocol vehicle costs and the court process.